this? Well, you know this part of the store, Mr. Edwards?
Exactly, the executive offices. Private sanctuaries of King Lenning and his prime ministress, Julia Scott.
You're a madman.
Not at all. How could any man resist Lenning's offer after you had just conducted him personally through each of its smoothly functioning departments? In fact, I suddenly find I have a soft spot in my heart for department stores.
You mean you'll stay on as manager of the store we're buying from you?
I shall. And do you know why? Because of you.
Oh.
Tell me, don't you suppose that if I do a bad enough job as manager, Lenning will send you down to Philadelphia to check up on me?
Well, I'm sure I don't know.
Well, man can always hope. And you can count on me to do my level worst. Farewell, fair damsel, until Philadelphia.
Say, Miss Scott, is that guy cracked? I don't know, Agnes. Sometimes I wonder myself. Is Mr. Lenning back yet?
About 10 minutes ago. And Miss Pryor was waiting for him. She's in there now.
Pryor? Oh, Martha Pryor? What did she want to see him about?
Well, she only said it was personal and important.
Oh, personal and important, huh? Mr. Lenning, Mr. Edwards wanted me to tell you... Oh, Martha, I'm sorry I didn't realize you had an appointment with Mr. Lenning. I wouldn't have...
I didn't. Well, I guess that's all, Mr. Lenning. I'll be getting back to Reynolds.
Well, thanks for telling me about this, Miss Pryor.
Not at all. Oh, by the way, Julia, are you and Harry leaving town this weekend, or shall I be seeing you two lovebirds?
Harry? Oh, yes.
Yes, what?
Oh, yes, you'll be seeing me.
Well, that'll be lovely, won't it? Goodbye.
Miss Scott, please sit down.
All right.
Now, why didn't you tell me you were leaving?
Leaving?
Yes. Surely after our long association, I shouldn't have to learn such information from an outsider.
But Oh.
Yeah, now, look here, Miss Scott. Julia. Surely we've worked together long enough for me to call you Julia.
Of course, Mr. Lenning.
Richard.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Richard.
Yes. Now, Julia, I may never have taken the trouble to say so, but you're indispensable to me.
Thank you.
Yes. But now Miss Pryor tells me you plan to leave on a week's notice.
She did?
Yes. Why? What does this fellow Reynolds have to offer that I can't top?
Well, manager of his San Francisco office.
Oh, yes? Well, you're general manager of Lenning's beginning today, and you can write your own salary ticket.
Oh, but it wasn't just the managership or the salary. But I was thinking of, well, myself.
You mean just yourself? You?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Me. That is, in relation to things in general, such as, well, marriage, for one thing.
Marriage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, may I just ask who this Harry is?
Harry?
Uh-huh. Miss Pryor.
Oh, him. I mean, that Harry.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me, is he...
Is it serious?
Yeah.
No, he's very nice, but, well, to be frank, you do want me to be frank, don't you?
Oh, certainly. Yeah.
Well, it's not easy for me to become interested in men because I'm afraid I demand more than I'll ever find.
Such as what?
Well, some sort of common interest. Well, if there's nothing more,
Julia.
Yes?
You really must go to San Francisco?
Well, yes.
Well, you can't.
Richard.
I need you, and the store needs you. Now, Julia, let's be practical about this.
Oh, yes.
Now,
we must be practical.
Yeah. Now, you said a moment ago that you were what you demand in a man was mutual interest.
Yes, but...
Now, that's sensible. Because you're an intelligent woman, you'd never accept less than that in marriage. No. And you're old enough and wise enough to have outgrown all the nonsense and love and so-called pure romance.
Yes.
Yes. Well, peculiarly enough, the same is true of me. You know, Julia, I never made a point of discussing it, but I arrived at my present point of intelligence about such things through one very bitter experience. I made the mistake of letting my heart rule my head. And I shall never make that mistake again.
Naturally, I understand.
Of course you do. Of course you understand. And, Julia, the partnership we've known in this office, the dependence on each other has been a marriage in a sense, hasn't it? I mean,
yes,
the most perfect kind.
Yes, Richard.
Yes. Well, Julia, what I'm trying to say is this, that don't you think that you and I, sort of without any fuss or excitement about it, we could sort of get a plane and sort of fly over to...
Yes, I believe we could, Richard.
Hello. Is that you, Gertrude?
Richard, where on earth are you? Dinner's been ready for hours, and Annabelle's having tantrums.
Well, Gertrude, listen. I'm over in Marysville. Julia and I flew over here this afternoon and got married.
Marysville? Well, what on earth are... Married?
Yes, Gertrude.
Married?
Yeah.
Oh.
Gertrude? Gertrude? Hello?
late the same evening. Back from their flying trip to Marysville have come Richard and Julia. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Richard Lenning. As the latest addition to the Lenning family, anything but an enthusiastic reception awaits Julia. Only the butler is on hand to greet the newlyweds as they stand on the threshold of the Lenning mansion.
Congratulations, Mr. Lenning and Mrs. Lenning.
Oh, thank you. Who are you?
The new butler, sir, Franklin. Mrs. Lenning's things are all here and put away, sir.
Oh, fine. Oh, Julia, come on. What's the matter?
Matter?
Yes, what are you standing there outside the door for?
Richard, a bride is always carried over the threshold of a new home.
She's what?
Carried.
Oh, now, Julia, be reasonable. This is no hour for sentimental nonsense.
I wouldn't insist, Richard, but it's always done.
Oh, but it's so... Oh, well, all right. Franklin, give me a hand, will you?
Oh, Richard.
Come on, a seat with our hands. Yeah, that's nice. Nice time of the night for a circus act. There, will that do?
That's all, Richard. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad of that. Boy, am I tired, and the whole day wasted.
What do you mean, wasted?
Well, no work done. By the way, Franklin, did some papers come out to me from the office?
Yes, sir, this afternoon.
Good, that'll be the Edwards contract. Got to have it all checked over by morning.
Oh, Richard, it's so late. Can't you let it go till tomorrow?
Nonsense. I told him I'd sign it at 11.
Would it matter so very much if it were delayed a day?
Why, Julia, I thought you realized what this deal means to me. It's the beginning of the Lenning chain of stores. You just give me 3 years and I'll have a string of Lennings all over the Atlantic coast. Say, I got an idea. We'll get a map with colored pins. Red for the Philadelphia store, blue for New York, green for Julia, is there anything wrong?
Of course not, Richard. I'm just going upstairs.
Oh, all right. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah. Why? What's the matter?
Nothing, Richard. Good night.
Uh-huh.
Take it away! Take it away! Take it away! I told you I don't want any breakfast.
But, Miss Annabelle, you must eat breakfast.
I'm not going to eat breakfast or lunch or dinner or anything as long as somebody is in this house.
Good morning, Annabelle. Morning, Franklin.
Good morning, sir.
Well, what's this, Annabelle? You playing the part of a sphinx this morning, or not feeling so chipper? I think from the size of that breakfast, you felt rather good.
It appears that Miss Annabelle is not eating that breakfast, sir. It is, if I may say so, purely for psychological
Now,
effect.
Annabelle, what is this foolishness? Explain yourself. Oh, good morning, Gertrude. Yeah, well, a cheery little soul. Let's open a mortuary around here.
Franklin, bring me black coffee. Nothing more.
Oh, shake hands with Annabelle. She's hunger-striking, too.
I don't wonder. As for me, I'm all packed. I shall be out of the house by noon.
Oh, you're being absurd, both of you. I suppose all this ridiculous behavior is due to my adventure in matrimony yesterday. And of course, it met with your unqualified disfavor, Gertrude.
I don't like her either.
That's enough out of you. Gertrude, I've already explained to you the whys and the wherefores of this marriage.
Oh, don't trouble again. After all, I'm only a blood relation, and one person sincerely concerned for your future. It doesn't matter that I remember where your reckless impulsiveness led you once
Reckless,
before.
impulsive, just because I marry an intelligent business partner, a partner whose duties are now enlarged to include the management of a home.
Sensible. Don't you think I saw a certain party being carried over the threshold in the middle of the night, like a blushing bride?
Oh, well, now, Gertrude, all of us have whims.
Good morning, my family. Good morning to you.
Good morning,
Good
Julia.
morning. Good morning, Gertrude.
Good morning.
A very good morning. How about you, Annabelle? Are you and Gertrude both out of sorts?
Well, the atmosphere does seem a little charged this morning, Julia, for which I apologize.
So I see. Gertrude reduced to black coffee and Annabelle hunger-striking in grand style.
Now, look here, Annabelle. You stop this nonsense and say a civil good morning.
That's all right, Richard. She'll talk to me in the due course of things.
I won't ever talk to you.
You just did.
Huh.
How about the contract, Richard? Did you finish checking it last night?
Completely, and in about 2 more hours, we'll own the... Why, Julia, well, you're not dressed. You can't wear that dress to the office.
I'm not going to the office.
Listen, there's a whole day's work piled up down there.
There's about 10 years' work piled up around here.
Oh, but, Julia, Agnes can't begin to handle the details.
She never will until she finds she has to.
Oh, well, I gotta go now. You know, this is nonsense, Julia. You can't waste your time fooling around the house. In 2 hours, you'll be bored to death and come running back to work.
Will I? We'll see, Richard. Goodbye, dear.
I'll call you later.
Oatmeal's delicious. Try some.
No.
I think you'd better.
I said no. Didn't you hear me?
Annabelle, I wonder if you remember the spanking I gave you the other night.
All right, spank me again. Beat me. I don't care. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I mean, eat. Well, I won't eat a smidge while you're in this house.
That might be a long time.
Well, I can hate for a long time, an awful long time.